In a nutshell, I welcome our guests with the best of greetings. I said Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This particular gathering is a gathering of Muslim Forum for Orphans Empowerment. It's a registered organization, CAC, and our activities span 7 to 9 years. We've been operating in FCT in particular. Yeah, and so far, what we do basically is we take care of orphans, widows, and the less privileged. We provide orphans with school fees, provide food items to widows, and assist the sick and members of the society that are less privileged. Inshallah, I'm going to hand in the microphone.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Daga yanzu zuwa har ƙarshen program insha Allah za mu ainihin rika exchanging microphones. Zai yi magana da harshen turanci, shi kuma zai kokarin ya fassara da Hausa, ganin cewa program ne national program as the case, and viewers ɗinmu insha Allah na san da dama wayanda suke ainihin fahimtar harshen turanci ne, wanda kuma za su buƙaci su san me ake ainihin faɗi insha Allah. Kira shugaban wannan kungiya Malam Bashir Nuhu ya gabatar da jawabin buɗe taro. Assalamu alaikum.
Name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Verily, all praises is for Allah. We praise Him and seek His aid and ask for His forgiveness. We seek His refuge with Allah. We seek refuge with Allah from the evils of ourselves and our actions. That Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His slave and final messenger. The chief imam of Gawalada Area Council and representative of Aguma of Gawalada, the SA Minister of State of FCT Alhaji Sawa, and representative of Malam Lawal Alkali, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you with the best Islamic greeting, which is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. With pleasure, I welcome all of you to this occasion, marking the 2020 report presentation and annual general meeting of Muslim Forum for Orphan Empowerment. On behalf of the entire members of the forum, on this day, I make a firm statement of accountability by presenting before you the balance sheet indicating how we fared in the first 1 year, and even more importantly, accounting for how we put to use the resources and trust our fellow brothers and sisters embedded in us within the period, as well as what we will be doing for the society in the year 2021. For us, that is the main ingredient for the growth of the forum, because it is what we do that build public confidence in the forum. But before I delve into other matters, let me restate that taking care of orphans and widows is one of the great remarkable jobs. Islam has laid great importance on helping orphans and widows. Our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I and the caretaker of the orphans will enter paradise together like this, raising by way of illustration his forefinger and middle finger jointly, having no space in between. This can be found in Sahih al-Bukhari. Abu Huraira, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the person who strive on behalf of widows and poor is like those who strive in the way of Allah, and like those who fast in the day and pray at night. But unfortunately, this great job has been neglected by the majority of Muslims. Today, orphans and widows are given less or no concern. We provide our families with all they want, but never care to know the conditions of orphans. As a result of that, many of them engage in various criminal activities, and many were converted to other religions due to our total failure to take care of them. And the negative consequences of this is that the same neglected orphans will not allow us to sleep with our two eyes closed, and moreover give bad image to our dear religion, Islam. My brothers and sisters in Islam, I can say with some certainty that considerable progress has been made toward improving the lives of orphans and widows under our scheme, which is vividly going to be presented before you today. But we are still thoughtful but perturbed that much more can still be done, and that we are determined to do so, inshallah. This includes the usual payment of orphan school fees, distribution of food items, widows empowerment, visitation of hospitals and correctional centers, etc. In our effort to actualize the establishment of first Muslim orphanage home in Gwagwalada, Muslim Forum for Orphan Empowerment, in collaboration with the Federation of Muslim Women Associations of Nigeria, Women, Form 1, Righteous Mind Development Association, and Women Empowerment Association is doing all it can do to achieve that goal. In order to expand the scope of our activities, we have made a significant progress in establishing branches in Kano, Katsina, Plateau, Nasarawa, Niger, Gombe, Jigawa, and Kaduna states. I therefore take this opportunity to call on the general public to come and join us in this highly recommendable job by making their contributions and donations, because the Lord is too much that we alone cannot carry. I guess at this time, it is not out of place to appreciate all my members for the work done so far. I am proud of you. I have always said, and I will say it publicly, it is in your invaluable work I draw my strength. It is because of you I can beat my chest to say this forum is working. Please don't rest on your ass. Let us try yet again to surpass in this year what we have done in the past year. In appreciation, it has been a challenging year for us, but the support we receive from various individuals made our burden lighter. I appreciate the support from various concerned individuals who have been very helpful in funding some of the activities of the forum, as well as provision of human resources for the achievement of goals and objectives of the forum. On particular note is the patron of the forum, Sheikh Barrister Khalid Balagano, Malam Muhammad Lawal Alkali, Alhaji Abdurrahman Muhammad Baka, Dr. Nanaba Ture, Dr. Buntu Muhammad Mofio, Maryam Ibrahim Detsi, Maryam Muhammad, Haruna Ibrahim Gombe, Jumo M. Benga, Alhaji Nura Mebredi, and other persons that give their contributions in cash or in kind that are known or unknown to us. I thank you all for the unwavering support that has given rise to some of the significant output and milestone we have achieved. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purify our intentions and recompense all of us with Jannatul Firdaus. In conclusion, this is the year 2020 annual report. It is now new year, and it holds for us new hopes and responsibilities if we all strive to be the best in our individual little corners. I pray that this year for all of us will be better than the last year. I hope that we witness significant improvements and achievement in all that we do that will translate to valuable outcome for the society we serve. I wish all of you and your families, friends and well-wishers good health, happiness and fulfillment in the year 2021. Thank you very much.
MashaAllah. Here with me is the comprehensive report for the 2020 annual general report. Due to want of time, I might not read it word to word. I will simply identify some of the key areas. Without waste of time, I will read briefly, inshallah. The preamble, we try as much as possible to acknowledge the appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity to come together and continue the good work we have started. Islamic organization with registration number 95611. We're poised to cater for the welfare need of widows, orphans and the sick, and we do this without expecting anything in return, but hoping to reap the reward in the hereafter. As we speak, currently the forum has more than 100 orphans under our various schemes. In the area of widows, we have over 57 widows that are benefiting directly from various schemes of this particular great organization. And because of the continuous demand by orphans, widows, and people who are in need, we have decided that we're going to create a waiting list where details of needies will be put together, will be collected and put together, after which we can now hope that by the time our resources improved, or sources improved, we'll try as much as possible to cover them. So far, we have over 100 widows that have been registered but have not benefited yet, and more than 60 widows and orphans all put together. The Forum for Orphans Empowerment have spent over 159,950 naira for the payment of tuition fee for first time, second time academic session, inclusive of the Islamia of orphans. Now, in this particular organization, you will wonder that what are the sources of income? What do we do to source the money that we will eventually use to cater for these orphans and widows? We have decided that we are going to we bought motorcycles, about 5 of them, and we list them out, and we receive weekly returns from these particular motorcycles, and out of the entire amount we receive, 60% of what we receive goes to business account. That is, there is a business account that was created and dedicated to ensuring that the forum's pulse does not die. At any point in time we need money, we can always venture into that very account to get what we need. 10% of what we got from the bike men or from the motorcycles is given to empowerment of women or widows in particular. There is a particular committee that was created, and this committee's responsibility is to identify women that are in their need, and then we give them some soft loan, and then after some time they pay back this particular loan, and they are considered are not part of the organization anymore. This is because our assumption is that when orphans or widow is provided with what she needs, or provided with some soft loan,
The ideal thing we expect from her is for her to venture into a business that can fetch her something. And this business will not only fetch her something, the idea generally is to make her self-reliant. 30% of what we get goes to or is remitted to the main organization's account, and that is the amount we use for running costs. We have discovered that social media is one key aspect or area where we must not take a bad step or stay behind of. On this note, we made frantic effort to see how we can establish our social media as well as our website in particular. And the proposed address of the website is simply mfoe.org. In this particular website, after its creation, we expect that people within Nigeria and outside Nigeria will have the opportunity to get to see what we are doing and to support us with whatever they can. And we are aware of the fact that in view of the kind of situation we found ourselves, particularly in the outbreak of this particular COVID-19, it has altered a lot of programs, and as a result, our activities was shrinking in the previous year. But in spite of the coronavirus impact, we've tried as much as possible to make a giant stride. The needy are always in search of organizations like this that they can contribute or send their resources into, and that resources sent is expected to be judiciously utilized in assisting the life of the less privileged. In all, we witnessed some challenges, and one of the challenges is that we witness lack of cooperation by some influential individuals to really give us the opportunity to explain the activities we are into and to inform them to partake in this particular activity, hoping that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept it from them and from us all and make Jannatul Firdaus our final abode. In the preceding year includes insufficient funding, and like I said, some of the beneficiaries have actually degenerated to a level where we will be given false information as regards to a needy or a woman that has lost her husband and is in need of assistance. So what we do as an organization is to create a particular committee that is in charge of investigating the truthfulness of a particular information we receive. Forum wishes to seize this opportunity to appeal to the general public to renew their commitment towards assisting the less privileged. Doing so will not only reduce the excruciating pain orphans and widows undergo in this trial moment. Such gesture could earn the doer a ticket in paradise. To this end, we must express our attitude to our sponsors, committed members, and spirited members of the general public who are always ready to support us or to support our cause day in, day out. We say a big thank you to all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from us as an act of ibadah and reward us with Jannatul Firdaus. Ameen. This is just a section of the report. The next section of the report will be presented by the Financial Secretary, inshallah. Malang Arabiu Tanimu, you are welcome.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I am Rabiu Tanim Haruna, also known as Abba. I am the Financial Secretary, Muslim Forum for Orphans Empowerment. Every year, we do bring the general public, because we go out to seek for their own donation as contained in this report that some of the income generated by the forum is through the donation, monthly contribution, that is monthly dues from the members of the forum, at the same time some separated members of the public. Time will not allow me to introduce or to welcome all the guests here, but I recognize the members of the high table from the main side and directly to present you the financial performance of MFOE for the year 2020. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Preamble. This financial report presented on this day, 31st January 2021, covers the operation of the forum for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020. The above named organization received a total bank payment, that is donation and membership dues, of the sum of 595,400 naira, and cash donation and membership dues of the sum of 248,840 naira, thereby bringing the total sum realized from donations and membership due to 844,240 naira only, while the opening balance for the period was 299,565 naira 65 kobo. Therefore, the total income for the period amount to 1,143,805 naira 65 kobo. Also, the forum incurred expenditures to the tune of 820,269 naira 5 kobo. Hence, the current balance after expenditures stood at 323,536 naira 6 kobo as at 31st December 2020. It is pertinent to state that the total sum of 1,388,500 naira was realized from business operation, that is the remittance, and disposal of all motorcycle of the forum, while the total sum of 457,695 naira 5 kobo was spent on repairs and maintenance of the motorcycle, that is the expenditures. However, the sum of 750,000 was used for purchase of 3 motorcycles, thereby leaving the balance of 180,804 naira 95 kobo. Therefore, total current balance from the both business and other operations of the forum as at 31st December 2020 is 504,341 naira 55 kobo. Attached overleaf are the details of the financial operation for the period under review for your perusal, please. The breakdown for the month of January 2020, the forum, as I can say, I can briefly explain some things here, most especially from the expenditure side. The income side are clear and the expenditures are also clear, but for the purpose of those that may ask why some figures are higher, we can still briefly explain, inshallah. The forum realized the total sum of 4,000, the forum didn't realize anything for the month of January 2020, but the forum expended 281. There is a problem here, a technical error. 281 is 281 instead of 282, as you can see on the report. We have the first thing, we have the for the expenditure side. On the 1st January 2020, we have the CBN stamp duty, which is 15 naira. On 13th January, we have the refund of business generated income 121. This business generated income is the money we realize from the business, that is the motorcycles. We realized 121, and before the opening of the account with the GT Bank, we used to deposit the money into our own central account, which is the account with Stanbic Bank. Then, after the creation of the account, the business account, or the opening of the business account, we now transfer the money, or we withdraw the money and place it into the right account, which is 121,000. Payment of open wire fees is 60,000. Payment of secondary school fees 100,000. SMS alert charges for that 16 naira. Current account maintenance fee 281. Value added tax, that is the VAT, is 14.5. That is the summary of the transaction. As you can see, we have the opening balance of 299,565.65. Then the summary of the transaction for the month, as the balance is there, the income is represented by the zero. That is, the total is 299,565.65. Less expenditures of 281,361. We left with the net balance of 18,204.60 as of January. The closing balance is the opening balance for the month of February 2020. We realized the total of 4,000 for the month, from donation of 2,000 by Mariam Mohammed and donation of 2,000 from anonymous person, that is unknown person. And our own expenditure side, we expended 12 naira as the alert charges for the month. The summary of the transaction, as you can see, is the opening balance is 18,204.6 and the income for February is 4,000. Bringing the balance together, we have 22,204.6. In the month of February 2020, we realize a total of 4,000 naira, and our opening balance for the month is 18,000. If you sum them together, we have 22,204.6 kobo. If you like the expenditure of 12 naira, which is the SMS alert charges, we left with net balance of 22,192.60 kobo. Then that amount to our this is the closing balance for the month of February, is the opening balance for the month of March 2020. The transactions are there, and we receive the total can be found in page 11. For the month of March 2020, the gross income for the month is 162,510 naira. The opening balance for the month is 22,192.60 kobo, bringing the both total, that is the income for the month and the opening balance, to 184,702.60. We have the expenditure of 38,490. If you minus it from that, we will have the net balance of 146,212.60 kobo for the month of March. The net balance is the closing balance is the opening balance for the month of April 2020. In the month of April 2020, the forum realized 55,500. The opening balance is 146,212.60 kobo. If you join the total together, you will have 201,712.60 kobo. There was no expenditure incurred for the month. Then the closing balance stand as 201,712.60 kobo. That is the opening balance for the month of May 2020. In the month of May, the forum realized the total sum of 60,470. It can be found in page 13, please. To 60,470, and the opening balance for the month is 124,512.60 kobo. If you sum the two together, we'll have 262,182.60 kobo. If you subtract the expenditure for the month, which is 137,670, we're left with the net balance of 124,512, which is our net balance, that is the closing balance for the month of May 2020. It represents our opening balance for the month of June 2020. In the month of June, the forum realized a total of 25,500 naira, and the opening balance for the month is 124,512.60 kobo. If you sum the board, you have 150.12 naira 60 kobo, and also no expenditure incurred. No expenditure incurred, of course, for the month. That is our closing balance for the month of June. It represents our opening balance for the month of July 2020. In the month of July, is very long. You can find it in page 16 of the of this report. That is, the forum realized the income of 90,040 naira. Recall that our opening balance is 150.12.60 kobo. That is, if you sum the two, you have 240,052 naira 6 kobo. If you less the expenses of 97,500 from the summation of the opening balance and the income for the month, we left with the next balance of 142,552 6 kobo. That is our closing balance for the month. the opening balance of 142,552 6 kobo. If you sum the both, you will have 149,702 6 kobo. If you sum the expenditure of 119,730, you will left with the net balance of 29,972 6 kobo. That is our closing balance for the month of August. It represents our opening balance for the month of September. The forum realized the total of 53,500 naira for the month. Our opening balance for the month is 29,972 60 kobo. If you sum the two together, we have 83,472 60 kobo, and we make an expenses of 37,000 naira. If you remove 37,000 from 83,472.60, we're left with the net balance of 46,472 60 kobo. That is our closing balance for the month of September. It represents our opening balance for the month of November 2020. For the month of November 2020, the forum realized a total of 71,080 naira for the month of October, and we have the opening balance of 46,472 6 kobo. If you join the two together, we have 117,552 60 kobo. If you less the expenses of 1,100 from 17,552.60, we left with net balance of 116,452 60 kobo. That is the closing balance for the month of October. It represents our opening balance for the month of November. For the month of November, the forum realized a total of 109,290 and expended 90,500. The opening balance for the month is 16,452 60 kobo. If you join them, sum them together, we have 225,742 60 kobo. If you less the expenses of 90,500, we're left with the net balance of 135,242 60 kobo. That is our closing balance for the month of November 2020. Balance brought forward is the opening balance of our own of the month for the month of December 2020. The forum realized the total of 205,200 naira, and we have the opening balance of 135,242 6 kobo. If you sum the vote, you have 340,442 6 kobo. We have the expenses of 16,906. If you subtract the 16,906 from the summation of the opening balance and the income, we will left with the net balance of 323,536 6 kobo. That is the opening balance that is the closing balance for the month of December 2020. The ability business report as at 31st December, this is incorporated from the business account. We incorporate both income from the remittance for the period. We have 1,043,500 that it can be found in page 3 of the third paragraph from the report. It is there, 1 million. Proceeding from disposal of 3 motorcycles, we sell the 3 motorcycles at the rate of 345,000. If you sum the remittance for the period and the proceed from the disposal of the 3 motorcycles, we have 1,388,500 naira. And if you like the expenditure, that is the repair and the maintenance, we have the repairs and maintenance or the expenditure of 457,695 5 kobo. Someone may ask, why is it the expenditure is at the high side? Most of the motorcycles were old. They were troubling us, repairing almost every day. It is with that, after the resolution of the Congress during our weekly meeting, we now decide and deliberate that we should sell the motorcycle in order to have less expenses and replace them with the new one. So from the expenses, that is, we spend 457,695 12 kobo. And the net income for the month, for the net income from the business activities is 400 and That is the net income 930,804.95 kobo. Less purchase of 3 new motorcycles. We purchased 3 new motorcycles, as I said earlier, that we replaced the old motorcycles with the 3 new ones. We purchased them at the rate of 750,000 naira. The net balance for the period is 180,804.95 kobo. Total current balance as at 31st December 2020, that is 323,536 kobo, is from our own operation, normal operation, that is the operation of the normal operation of the forum, and 180,804.65 kobo is the balance for the business as at 31st December, that is from the business committee. If you consolidate the two balance, we have 504,341.55 kobo. This brings the end of the financial report for the year 2020. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Now we are moving to the next the item is based. So therefore, Malam Saba, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والصلاة والسلام على الأشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه والتابعين إليه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد يا إخواني الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. domin wanda bai sani ba, idan ya zo ya gan cewa akasari yara ne samari, sai ka ɗauka kaman anya kwa wannan abun zai tasiri. Amma bayani da aka yi a nan dalla yanda kowane kobo ya shiga da kowane wata da yanda aka kashe kowane kwabo, to wannan yaran nan ba aikin yara suka yi ba, sun yi aikin dattijawa ne. Allah ubangiji ya saka muku da aljanna. Wannan babu shakka ƙarin gwiwa ne, ƙarfin gwiwa ne gare mu dukkanin al'umma musulmai na Gwagwalada, wanda ni ina tsammani akasari ma ba san cewa wannan kungiya na nan ba. Ƙarin gwiwa ne, ƙarfin gwiwa ne gare mu, kowa ya kawo nashi gudumawa ga wannan kungiya, domin wannan kungiya sun bude mana hanyar samun shiga aljanna. Saura kawai ka zo da tikitinka ka zo ka shiga. Muna fata jama'a za a yi haka, domin ban sani ba ko akwai wani kungiya wanda musamman saboda aikin marayu da wayanda mazajensu suka rasu kama wannan. Amma in ma akwai, gaskiya wannan ta yi fice, kuma ina fatan za a samu iri wannan da yawa wanda za su yi aiki su taimaka ma mutane. Domin na farko dai suna biyan kuɗin makarantar nan islamiyya da kuma boko. Kaga yaran nan da wannan taimako ba za a bar su a cikin jahilci ba. Sannan kuma suna taimaka ma wayanda mazajensu sun rasu, ana ba su abin da za su yi sana'a da shi don kara a dawama a cikin rashi da yunwa. To wannan shine ya kamata dukkaninmu mu haɗa hannu mu yi, domin hakki ne a wuyanmu wanda za mu yi. Wayannan yara sun buɗe mana wannan mafaka, saboda haka ina gayyata kaina da sauran 'yan uwa musulmai gaba ɗaya, musamman mu da muke nan, wanda kuma ba su a nan, a sanar da su. Ga account number ne an bayar da sauran sunaye shugabanni na kungiya. Muna gayyatan kowa da kowa ya zo ya ba da gudunmawa. ga limaminmu irin wannan aiki gaskiya ina fata da akwai hali liman wanda ke nan, limamai da suke nan da sauran wanda ba su a nan suna iya taimaka sanar da jama'a wannan kasancewa wannan kungiya a wurin kode abin ga hudu ba da za su bayar kowane ranar juma'a ko kuma ta wata iri hanya dai ba za su rasa dabaran da za su yi ba su sanar da jama'a cewa kungiya iri wannan suna nan domin akasarin mutane ba su san kasancewa wannan kungiya ba. Sannan kuma ga shugabanni da sauran memba na wannan kungiya akwai wani abu wanda yake dole mu yi hatara da shi, mu roki Allah ya kiyaye mu da shi. Idan an taso ma tafiya ana samun nasara, to in ba yi hankali ba, in ba yi hankuri da juna ba, sai ga shaidan zai samu mafaka ya samu ya shiga ya kawo rabuwan kai tsakaninku. Kai shugaba babban aiki ne gare ka, domin ɗaya daga cikin mafi wuya shine a samu nasara kuma a dage a cigaba, dage da cigaba da wannan nasara. Maintaining success is a great problem, domin da zara ana samun nasara ɗin nan sai ga shaidan zai diga kawo shawarwari iri-iri gare mu gaba ɗaya, musamman 'yan memba ɗin nan. Sai ga kuna tuhuman juna, babu yadda da juna, kuma daga burin fa sai ga abubuwa za su zo su wargaje. Allah ubangiji ya kiyaye mu da haka nan. Allah ubangiji ya sa muku albarka, Allah ya saka muku da aljanna. Mu kuma da kuka kira mu mun zo mun gani kuma mun yarda kuma mun amince cewa aikin nan naku babban aiki ne. Muna fata mu ma Allah ya ba mu hali wanda mu ma za mu dinga yin contribution in ma kowane wata ko wata biyu ko kowane shekara, in cash and in kind. Da wannan ina godiya gare ku duka gaba ɗaya don sauraron wannan bayani na wakilci Malam Lawal Alkali, wanda yake ɗaya daga cikin advisors na wannan kungiya. Sannan kuma ina wakiltan kaina domin nima an bani gayyata, ko da ma Malam Lawan bai sai in zo wakilce shi ba, dama ina da niyan zuwa insha Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The speaker is by name Alhaji Saba, and he started by welcoming our royal father, who is ably represented by the chief imam of Gwagwalada, after which he welcomed the activities of this particular organization by saying in Gwagwalada so far there is no such organization in existence, and even if there is, this particular organization is among the most well respected in Gwagwalada. And he told us that by mere seeing the membership of the organization, one may be tempted to feel that since the members are made up of youth, there's the tendency that people will feel the organization might not be such that will be accountable to whatever thing they do. But with this report he has seen, it has shown that we have demonstrated our ability to be able to manage whatever resources that will come our way. At the time, they will always visit the organization and give whatever donation they can, inshallah. And not only that, he will try as much as possible to inform some of his colleagues and people around to also come and key in, so that together we can help the less privileged in Gwagwalada. This is just in brief what he said, inshallah. We're going to move quickly to Malam Dr. Khalid Balaganu, Barrister Malam Khalid Balaganu. He is the legal advisor of this particular organization, and we shall listen to him, inshallah, briefly.
It is a pleasant surprise because, and I thank God for giving me the enablement to come. For if I had just been informed about it, I probably will not have believed it. This is a collection of young men and women who have demonstrated all the required leadership quality and accountability in what they have been able to get through donation, to care for orphans and widows, sponsoring orphans to schools, and providing for their upkeep is a pleasant surprise. And I think it is worthy of emulation. We should emulate it. Yeah.
I'm one of the beneficiaries from this association, Muslim Forum Empowerment Association from Gogwalada, Abuja. I'm very happy to tell you people that you people are helping me for education of the school fees of my children and feeding. So I'm very happy. Almighty Allah will reward all of each one of them. If now 1 year they carry from their pocket, Almighty Allah will reward them and replace them amount of the money double for them in their life. Almighty Allah will guide them to save them anywhere when they are. God will protect them for any evil and everything, everywhere where they are. Almighty Allah will save them for everything, to guide them, protect them in their life and their children.